Next one up, bud, is God in science. Actually, the whole thing is capitals. So I guess their caps lock was stuck when they typed in the title.
Mine does
But
get stuck.
yeah. Three questions. I love this. You and I both love this. Three questions we can't answer.
Okay, let's answer them.
So, God in science. Hit play when you're ready, good sir. What a lovely intro.
I like
Three questions atheists can't answer.
Robo voice.
Question 1. Did random events create the atom?
No. Remember, you can't answer this.
Um,
Go ahead, answer it. Answer it, and see where you think they're taking this.
okay, see, this is something I really struggle with. This whole random thing. It's either God or random. So you either have a mind or it was just roll of the dice, and there it is. And
Well,
that's
see, even a roll of the dice isn't random because it was predetermined what the values can be when you created the die. So it's random as to which value comes up, but the construction of the die was not random.
correct.
So, like, depending on what he means here, or it, I'll say it because we got a robo voice, which is, hey, there's no accent to deal with. Like, I'm sure somebody that doesn't speak South Texas, Central South Texas doesn't like my accent. I'm sure somebody from Germany really doesn't like my accent, but no accent to deal with. But depending on what they mean by random, like if they actually mean random, then the answer to this question is no. And if they mean something other than random, then the answer is yes.
I really struggle with. Oh God, create.
No. Okay, yeah. So hang on. So, what do you think the answer? What is your answer to this question that you cannot answer?
Event create the atom.
And
Well,
look,
you have to.
they didn't supply a definition for random, so just go with the normative definition that you're used to with random.
And they didn't. Well, yeah, that, and they didn't give us a definition of create. Do they mean manufacture, or do they mean magicked up?
Again, go with your normative. Yeah, go with your normative definition.
Okay, so it depends on which atom they're talking about. Hydrogen and helium, most of those were made during right after the Big Bang when the universe cooled.
Sure.
The rest of the atoms were formed from stars. Stars
sure.
Exploding, the pressure, the heat.
Was it stellar nuclear fusion? Did I get that right?
Fission is breaking the atom. Fusion is putting them together. Yeah, so stellar fusion. Stars slowly over time use up their hydrogen and helium energy source, building larger atoms, fusing them together. And
then they splooge it out into the.
That's the image I get of star.
Had to. Sorry, couldn't not.
Yeah, so it depends on which atom they're talking about, and it depends on what they mean by create. I mean, they could make an argument for the creation of the universe, making hydrogen and helium, which then is manufactured in stars, created by the stars. I don't know. Let's see where they're going with this, because this question just annoys me to no end.
Before answering this
I couldn't tell.
We need to look at the following facts. Every type of atom contains a unique number of neutrons, protons, electrons, and all the other subatomic particles such as quarks.
That's not true, but okay.
How did random events repeatedly arrange these nanoscopic components with mathematical precision into 118 different types of atoms?
Okay, first of all, it's not 118. We don't even have 118. I mean, they're on the periodic table, but many of these past like 95 don't form naturally. We have to make them in a lab.
Yeah, they're synthetic.
For about a billionth of a second, and they're gone again because they're not stable. So technically, there's more than 118, but we don't bother going higher than that because 95 is good enough.
Are you catching on to how the robot is using random?
Yeah, and it's really annoying. It's
Yeah.
so unbelievably annoying.
I'm going to reassert my answer to the question is no.
How did random events create so many identical
Going
neutrons,
back to it.
protons, electrons, and all the other subatomic particles? How did random events create all the components needed to create a working atom? How did random events create components that work with each other? Imagine a watch. Can random events create all the parts needed to create a working watch? Can random events assemble those parts into a working watch? Can random events create a million identical watches? Remember, the atom keeps more accurate time than any man-made clock. How come random events didn't create
They're not even keeping time. They're just oscillating. We're calling it time because we can use it to measure other things that happen in time.
any
Yeah.
faulty atoms? Imagine the number of atoms in this universe. Imagine the number of neutrons, protons, and electrons in this universe. How did random events create the right number of neutrons, protons,
They didn't.
electrons, and all the other subatomic particles required to create all the atoms in this universe? How did the process of nucleosynthesis create such precision?
Yeah, it like I said, okay, it's not random. It's just they're just following the laws of physics. And inside the laws of physics, we have equations. That's how we made the atom bomb. We know
But
how
how
it
did they
works.
make them, PJ? How did they make them?
We understand the
Did random events
between
create the
material,
atom?
matter and
No.
energy. We understand how that transfers. So
Yeah. So
look it up, dude.
the answer
Robot
to
man.
the answer to this is no. But
Please
can't be
comment
answered.
with your answer.
Just did.
Question
He
2.
means he means down in the comments section below. But
No,
I figure
won't. I'm sure someone else has done a much more eloquent, properly eloquent version of my stumbly mouth.
those who know.
And he's spitting and he's frothing at the mouth and he's eloquent, he's brilliant.
All right, hit it.
Did random events create all the components of our reality?
No. This is the same question that it just asked with slightly different words.
Bigger words. Well done.
Before answering this question, we need to look at the following facts.
No, we don't.
Our reality is created by the following components: atoms, energy, photons, the fundamental subatomic particles, dark matter, dark energy, genetic.
Let's see. And all of everything on this list can be measured.
Yeah.
Space Wizard can't be measured.
Time, gravity, the laws of chemistry, and the laws of physics. Everything in our reality
You're leaving a few things out, but
falls
You left
into
out
one or
John,
more of
and you
these
left out
components.
PJ.
yeah. Well, I like how they go into this exhaustive list and then only list a handful of things that exist in reality. Like, if you're gonna be exhaustive, then go ahead. We'll be here for years, but you literally just talking about the exact same thing that we just covered.
Yeah.
Components. These components are all interconnected. For example, the atom has energy in it, the atom has time in it, and the atom
has time in it. What does that even mean?
What I think he's trying to say is that earlier he made the comment about measuring time with an atom.
Oh,
I
right.
think he's alluding back to that.
Like it tracks time as if time, rather
You
than
can't
it.
look at an atom and go, "What time is it?" And the atom goes, "It's 7:30." That's
7:33, 7:34,
That's not
7:35.
how atoms work. But I understand what he means by time.
Well, I'm glad you do.
has gravity in it. Without the atom, energy, time, and gravity are useless.
Wait, did he say
So what atom has
atom-
time in it?
Yeah.
an atom has gravity in it? Did he
Yeah.
say that?
I rewound it a lot, so.
Genetics, time,
Oh, no.
gravity. This question we need to look at the following facts.
I might have
Our
accidentally hit the button
reality
too
is
much.
created by the following components: atoms, energy, photons.
Wait a minute. He just said reality is created by the following elements.
I think what he's trying to say, I'm being extremely charitable here, is that
You
what
really
we
are.
call reality, what we look around and hear and feel and we call reality, is made up of these things. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Okay.
The fundamental subatomic particles, dark matter, dark energy, genetics, time,
We can read it. You
gravity,
don't have to read it
the
to us.
laws of chemistry,
Oh,
and the
God.
laws of physics.
Yeah, sorry, I went too far back.
Everything in our reality falls into one or more of these components. These components are all interconnected. For example, the atom has energy in it, the atom has time in it, and the atom has gravity in it.
Okay, I don't. Well, there are fundamental forces, yes, inside an atom, yes. The strong and weak nuclear force.
Well, I mean-
magnetic force. When he says gravity, most people's natural instinct would be, or at least if you just have just a cursory knowledge of atoms, is an individual atom. Technically, you don't measure the effects of gravity on it because it's so negligible. But it's interesting because we've actually made some very large atomic structures moving towards the end of the moving towards the end of the periodic table, that we actually could measure the effects of gravity on the atom. The atom was so big.
No shit.
So kudos to this guy
Okay.
for mistakenly saying the right thing.
Yeah, but like to me, it sounds like he thinks there's like a drawer or something like that inside the atom where gravity's kept, and that's where it is. It's right in this drawer that you just open it up. Oh, look, gravity.
There's some gravity in there. Can you see it? Oh, I closed the door too fast.
Let's just pass it around. All right, well, let's see where this knuckle futz goes.
Without the atom, energy, time, and gravity are useless. So what component, the atom, energy, time, or gravity did random events create first?
Yeah, none.
Every one of these components is interconnected and each component is interdependent. Just like gravity depends on the atom and the atom depends on gravity. Just like the parts in a watch, each of these components of our reality play a vital role in an assembly. Without each other, none of them can function.
Demonstrate your claim.
Also, I just want to add that you don't need to have mass in an atom to be affected by gravity.
Really?
Photons are affected by gravity, and they have no mass.
Oh, that's true.
And Einstein proved that because we can actually use gravitational lensing to see things around large objects because light is traveling the path, the gravitational field, and that's amazing. And
doesn't that kind of lend credence to the warping of space-time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how we know time dilation functions. That's how we know that these gravitational fields are so powerful that they can affect light, which has absolutely no mass. And that's where Newton was wrong. That was one of the things he was wrong on. He assumed light's completely not affected because it has no mass, but we've proven since then. Let's go.
So,
Yeah.
did random events create
No.
all the components of our reality? Please
It's the same
comment
question
with
3
your
times.
answer. Question 3.
Oh my God.
Where is the randomness? Before answering this question, we need to look at the following facts.
Do we?
There is no randomness
It's under my
in
pillow.
how the components of our reality work. The components of our reality are atoms,
Is he really going to
energy,
read them again?
photons, the fundamental subatomic particles, dark matter, dark energy, genetics, time, gravity, the laws of chemistry,
Saying them again.
and the laws of physics work with each other with
No, PJ,
deterministic
these are different
precision.
questions. It's not the exact
For
same
example,
question 3
each
times.
atom has an atomic weight, so the atoms and gravity work with deterministic precision. There is no randomness in how the atoms and gravity work. It's the same with how atoms work with time. Energy and the atom work with mathematical precision. If this universe was created by random events and thereafter every event was random, where is this randomness? So, where is the randomness?
It's between your ears.
Please comment with
That's
your
where this
answer.
randomness is. All right, yeah, dude, that's the end of that one. What do you have to say?
I now know that someone can use the word random 47 times in one sentence. That's all I learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a nonsensical question. Where is the randomness?
This reminds me of Don Quixote. It feels like this guy's jousting windmills. Like there's just he set up an opponent in his mind, and he's like, "Ha ha, avast, riposte, parry," and it's like there's nothing there, dude. There's just nothing there. Put the sword down.
You're going to hurt someone, maybe even yourself.
Hopefully, just yourself. But I'm here, so stop.
Work your way back.
You have anything else you want to say about this one?
No, this guy's talking nonsense.
On to the next.